this afternoon we are going to look at measuring with a metric and inch micrometers. I'm going to talk a little bit about the mics, but before I get started, I want to make sure I have my safety boots. I'm going to take off my watches, rings, and jewelry, tie back any long hair that I have, and I'll be ready to go. Okay, so I'm with my safety glasses and safety boots. We're going to talk about micrometers. So the first thing you need to decide is, do you need to measure in inch or metric? Which system are you going to measure in? So I have 4 micrometers here. There's 2 green ones that look the same and 2 black ones that look the same. The only way I can distinguish one from the other is looking at the barrel, or they will have the measurement written on. So if you look at these 4 micrometers, I have 2 that are measured from 0 to 25. The 2 green ones are in fact metric mics, both the same. If you look at the 2 black ones, they look very much similar, but this one measures 25 millimeters, this one measures to 1 inch. So you need to decide which system you're measuring in. When you look at the barrel of the micrometer, today we're going to be measuring in metric first and inch after. So if you look at the barrel of the micrometer, each of the lines on top is 1 millimeter. Each of the lines on the bottom actually splits the millimeter into 2. So I have millimeters on the top, half millimeters on the bottom. When you look at the barrel, or the thimble, it, in the metric mic, takes the half a millimeter is 1 full rotation of the barrel, and they've divided that into 50. So starts at 0 and goes around to 0 again. It's actually 50. That means that the metric micrometer is measuring in 0.01 or 1/100ths of a millimeter is each line on the barrel. On the standard mic, each line on the barrel or the thimble is 25. That means you're taking the inch and dividing it, so in millimeters it's 1/100th of a millimeter. In inch it's 1/1000th. So it's 0, 0, 1. Each line on the thimble is 0.001 of a millimeter. So if you look at the lines here on the top, they're marked in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would mean 1 would be 100, 200, 300, 400, which would be written as 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, or 0.4. Each of the bottom lines is 25. So right now, here we have 5, which would be 525. If I move it a little more, now I have 525. Then you add the number that's on the barrel, which is 6, which would be 531. That would be written as 0.531 inches. If I look at the metric micrometer now, let's put it on a whole number. Okay, so right now that is 15 millimeters. If I open it up, that would be 15 plus whatever is on the thimble, which would be 11. 15.11 millimeters. So before I actually start measuring with the micrometer, I always want to check to make sure that the micrometer is calibrated. If you don't check the calibration, you can't be sure that the mic is going to be accurate. So anytime you pick up a precision measuring instrument, it's very important that you check it to make sure that it's actually calibrated. So I'm going to take this metric micrometer. The way I check it is I would close it all the way up so it reads 0. The other thing I want to do is make sure I clean the face of the 2 measuring surfaces. The easiest way to do that is to push it on a piece of paper. Just close it up till it touches the piece of paper, and then I can just slide it off. And as you can see, This micrometer was very dirty. Somebody was measuring something dirty with it, and now I have it clean. I'm going to just do it again to make sure. So I'll just snug it up on a piece of paper so I can move it, and I'll just slide it off the surface. Now I know that the surface is clean. I close the micrometer all the way up. I'm using a ratchet on the back. Each of the mic has a ratchet or a rotating sliding symbol, so that when I close it, it puts the same pressure on the micrometer all the time. So if you look at this micrometer now, it does not read 0. So what I need to do is fix that. There's a small wrench that goes with the mics, and it's a toothed wrench, and it has one little tooth in the back, and there's a hole in the back of the barrel of the micrometer, so I can fit that in there, and I can actually adjust the micrometer. Oh, let's get the smaller wrench. And I can adjust the micrometer so that now it reads 0. I'll open it and close it again to check to be sure, and it reads 0. So now I can take an accurate reading with this micrometer. So I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to measure this piece of stock. So I can open the micrometer. You hold it in your hand, slide your piece in, make sure you're on the highest points that you want to measure, and when I close it up, I use the ratchet, and this part measures 11.95. I get the 11.95 because I can see there's 10, there's 11, there's 50, so it's 11.5 plus whatever is on the barrel, which is 45. It looks very much like 12. If I have it there, it's 12, but because it's actually less, it would be 11.95. If I measure the same piece in inches, before I measure, I'll do the same. I'll close the micrometer. I'll check for 0. I'll clean the jaws again, just to be sure. So I'll close it on a sheet of paper. You can use your shirt sleeve if you like, or your shirt tail, as long as you're cleaning the ends of the barrel. Now I'm sure that it's clean. I'll open it up. I'll close it on the barrel. And I'll just close it with the ratchet so that it's the right tension. And it reads 4, 25, 50 plus 21. So it's 471, which is written decimal 471 of an inch. So there you have it. That's a quick overview on how the micrometer works. If you have any questions, please check with Caroline or myself. And remember, when you're in the machine shop, always safe practice. If you don't know, ask the question. Have a great day.